is it? No, that's not it. The hell? Give me 1 second, y'all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. There it is. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Lighter. Ay. Lord almighty. I need to do something, man. I'm sitting around feeling bitter as shit tonight. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if a lot of women in their late 30s deal with this the way I do, but I don't know. Let's say that, like, I never really got to date, but I mean, I did. I mean, I had a couple of boyfriends that did the classic Friday, Saturday night. I mean, cookie cutter classic. Dinner and a movie, right? And that was it. Dinner and a movie, and go back to their place and hang out, right? My first husband, our first date, we went to Applebee's and he couldn't even finish paying the bill all the way. We had to get rides from my sister and my brother-in-law. And then after even working all that out, he still couldn't fucking... I still had to pay half the damn bill. My second husband loved to brag, because he was my friend from 19 to 30, 31 when we started dating. So I got to watch him with all his girlfriends and listen to him brag about all the fucking places and all this ridiculous shit that he did with them. Never did a single fucking thing like that with me. This is absolute insanity. I don't know. And then just with how the world is now, it's like, well, fuck. I don't know what the hell to do. And I'm pissed because, you know what? I wasn't good at dating and I wasn't good at any of that shit. But you know what I was fucking good at? I was good at being a motherfucking wife. I'm good at being a mom. And you'd think that would have got me fucking somewhere in life. But I ended up finding most of the time being bitter about stuff, because even in that sense, I did 5 years of Boy Scouts. You know, neither my first husband or my second husband saw my son get a single fucking badge. Not one badge, not one ceremony did they show up to. Literally, I had to take my son to Boy Scouts because I figured that would probably be the only way to teach him how to actually act like a man. Ooh, what do we got? Harvest. Harvest 11. Master manifesting number there. The moon. Libra. The scales there. The scales and justice. Oh, I know. I'm bitching about it. Now my arm's starting to hurt. This is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know it's real. You know it's real. I've seen some shit now. There's this one couple that practices line dancing at the pond up here, and every now and then I'd be walking the dogs at night, and there'd just be these two big white pickup trucks with their headlights pointed at each other, their doors open, their radios on, and this couple in their cowboy hats dancing away in a parking lot. It's out there. It does fucking exist. These people exist. You know, people are like, oh, it's all in the movies, it's all fake. I'm like, well, no, it's just you don't want to believe it's real, so of course it's not going to be real. I don't know. just get bitter when I feel like I've been punished, and it's like, dude, I'm not the one that fucked it all up, man. Like I said, that's why I wanted a reading. Let's get some messages and see if we can't figure out what this energy is that's heavy, so heavy on the collective. I am feeling some kind of ways tonight. Happiness can be found in even the darkest of times if one remembers only to turn on the light. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. She only sleeps when it's raining. You have to put your past behind you if you ever want to move forward. And I can't hear you, Peach. Can't hear you, Peach. We just get that starfish from Finding Nemo. That's what that's from. I can't hear you, Peach. He's always stuck up to the glass watching the outside office. And they tries to talk to the fish and he's mumbling. And they're like, can't hear you. He's got to peel off the glass. For every question, there is an answer. For every answer, yet another question. Yes, very true. Very true. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would just be able to do it. Hard is what makes it great. There's no crying in baseball. Everything is one. I'll be your huckleberry. That's the other thing. Man. I just get tired of that whole narrative of you should have just given me more time. And it's like, dude, I've done that. There is a video, I believe, in this thread that's called How Long is Too Long? 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. It's like, I literally, and anyone who's followed me for any prolonged period of time knows I've been completely out there, open and honest about everything this whole time. So the fact, like, even little shit like, you broke up with Rob, how, da-da-da-da, I'm like, dude, if you've been paying attention, if you're that fucking obsessed that you're worried about why I broke up with my boyfriend anyway, that means you're a fan. You've been watching this shit. And what I said from the fucking get-go, that man was a karmic. Right? Karmics don't have to be karmics. They can level the fuck up if they want to. They choose not to. You only mess up when you miss seasonal people with lifetime expectations. Someone's doing the same shit 2 years in a row. You can sit there and talk to your blue in the face and they still don't understand what it is you're asking from them. What it is you're telling them that you need. That is a seasonal fucking person. Let them go. Let them go. Would you still be you if we weren't we? No, you wouldn't. You need these people to learn these fucking lessons. Watch your step. There's shit everywhere. Yep. Engaging in it's up to you. Behold, the most complicated peanut butter sandwich. I think you have no heart, and I had a mind once to give you mine. Let's get a 3D 40 on this. Some shadow cards. Ooh, downcasted pride. I ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Should we read the sentence for this? Let's read the downcasted pride. Been a while since I read the definitions out of this book. What do we got? 20. Downcasted pride. Bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. Oh, if that is not fucking perfect for this. The eyes are dark with dried blood, tears. Hold this up for you guys so you can see it. The eyes dark with blood-drawn tears look downwards. The face, dark-skinned, beautiful elf with long laurels among her hair, stern and motionless, roots plunged into her body from a golden collar. The sky behind her is gray as concrete. The root of sadness and grief is deeper than the skin. The only delusion is the gray sky. Survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. We call it adaptation not as a result of a subtle but the constant constructive changing of ourselves, but rather the mockery of it. As we strip ourselves day by day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with the world that has spread us apart, how can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through the hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best parts of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and we bend to our knees. We draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too, as long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. Wow. I love cards. I don't know how I do it, but that is exactly what I'm feeling, right? That's exactly what I was just describing. I'm bitter as shit, y'all. Bitter as shit. I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. 4 years ago, back in the day when I was friends with Richie Rich, and we used to actually talking shit, I remember being distinctly upset at one point talking about child support with my first husband, and I remember him telling me at the time, he goes, maybe you won't have to. Maybe you'll become so popular yourself, because Rich was a good hype man, he was a good friend, right? And he's like, maybe you won't have to, maybe you'll get so good that you won't have to file for child support. Well, you know what, that is not what happened, and that is what I had to do last week, is I had to actually, after... Here's the kicker. Here's some funny shit from my life, okay? So what? Shit. Was it 7 years ago now? I think it was 2015. I divorced my first husband. His ass showed up at the courthouse in a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. I had to call my second husband, who I was living with at the time, by the time we were getting divorced from my first husband, right? I had to call him. And he had to bring him one of his shirts to wear into the courthouse. And he signed on my divorce papers as the witness for my marriage from my first husband. My second husband is the witness. Right? And on that day, there was child support in the divorce decree. And I was begged to take it out. And I was promised that I would never have to take them to court to get it. And then 6 years later, I was told, if you ever want it, you're going to have the court take it directly out of my check, because I just can never be responsible enough to just pay you. Bitter as shit about this stuff, man. Bitter as shit. It's more than downcasted pride. It was like, yeah, new perspectives. It's more than just downcasted pride. It's just, what? It's, yeah, no. I was a terrible, terrible enabler. And that's all there is to it. I was an enabler. I refused to see. I did things to avoid conflict. And it cost me everything. It's a terrible, terrible habit. Oh, man. I think it was right before I started dating Rob. I had one of my friends ask me, and she said, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. I was all upset. Snapped at somebody, and I was all upset, and I was crying. I was like, I can't handle this dating shit, and it's all bullshit, and da-da-da-da. And she's like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Like, my good friend Elsa. Shout out, Boo Boo, if you watch this. I love you, honey. And she was like, what do you want? And I said, a garden full of fairies. Garden full of fairies. Alright, so this is the story of the garden. 20. 20. 20 again. Alright. Alright, we got the 8 of Swords here. 20, the garden. Festivities, acquaintances, and gatherings. From Oscar Wilde, we learn about the selfish giant who has a beautiful garden but won't allow anyone to enter it. Because he refuses to let children in, the garden remains forever in winter. The giant finally hears birds singing. When he looks out, his garden is beginning to bloom again, because one brave child has crawled into the garden through a hole. The giant learns that having friends is the key to a good life, and once he has begun to open his garden and his heart to others, he realizes how much he gains from his friends and his neighbors. This card reminds us of the importance of community. It can indicate a festive time of friends and families gathering together. For specific timing needs, this could be a Sunday. This card is sometimes called the park and may also feature other public places where people gather. Alright. Let's get a 3D, 4D, 5D. I ain't playing with y'all no more. Stop it. Alright, we need to do this real quick. Messing around with that bottom card too much. Yep. We got 2 of Cups that just fell out here doing that. And we got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So there's definitely an unstable soul connection here. Or soul connection or soul contract that's causing instability. Instability, insecurity. Jesus. Okay. Do I want to do this one? Yeah, I already touched it. So I'll go with this one. Alright, 3D, 4D, 5D, 3D, what people post to be, what is the 3D narrative, physical reality, things of that nature, what people are assuming, basic perspective to the situation. 4D, what's on people's minds, what's on the telepathic communication, what is recently past spirits, spirit guide messages. 5D is the 5-dimensional realms, that is, I don't care what you want to call them, aliens, Pleiadians, star-sourced, earth-sourced, angels, fairies, 5D beings. 5D messages. Higher selves. Sorry for the banging, I know the glass is loud. Alright, we got a Jack of Wands here in the middle. This is definitely someone who is dealing with... No, he's in a cemetery, right? It's definitely someone who's kind of dark, a little morbid for sure, right? Sitting in a cemetery here. I don't know, 44 is going to be important to you here, right? We've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed, right? There's not a lot of wealth. There's not a lot of establishment. This is definitely a very impoverished, lack mindset energy that's going on here. It could be a possibility that being the 10 reversed, it's like what was at a point, totally lost it all now, right? Lost it all, I feel, due to toxic third-party connections, right? Allowing people to interfere with this stuff like that. Might be why this person is kind of like a recluse and dark now, right? So this is a passionate... Yeah, the Jack of Wands, the Knight of Wands, they're usually very much about like discovering new things, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge, things of that nature that they lean into. But I just get a strong sense that this person is very reclusive. I get that because we also have the Four of Cups, this like overindulgent loner energy. This also could be their matching energy here with it being the feminine card, right? Or being a feminine in that card. And I've got a... Four of Swords reversed. That's why I said I don't know if 44 is important to you, right? I like this card. It says Fallen from Heaven, but it's a reversed 4, right? It's almost like... Yeah. I'm getting a strong sense of a shielding type of energy, right? It's, yeah, that toxic negative mindset, that woe is me, that dwelling in the past, the I had it all but I lost it because they were cheaty, nasty, disgusting people, right? Now I'm kind of a recluse, even though I'm bottling up all these emotions on the inside. I numb them out with certain things. I'm putting it off as the guise of recovering, but I'm not recovering. On the 4D, it starts out with the Six of Pentacles, right? And the Six of Pentacles is usually about this give and take. It says success here, right? But the Six of Pentacles is usually about being generous and being giving and things of that nature. And I feel like people feel like as long as they give out enough, there'll be success. But nobody's feeling very powerful in these connections right now. Nobody's feeling very powerful. I don't feel like anybody's really physically doing anything either. They're not feeling empowered to, right? We got the reversed Hierophant here, right? So the Hierophant is usually very much about being traditional and things of that nature. The reversed Hierophant, I feel like it's like what? It's a wanting to break from tradition. You got a Princess of Cups here reversed too, right? And a reversed Tower. Alright. So not feeling very powerful. I feel like with the reversed Tower, a lot of people take that as returning negative energies, people from the past bleeding into the future, right? And they're making it so that the Hierophant goes from being that person that's grounded in belief and traditions to that person who has a hard time believing in any of that stuff anymore. And it turns the Princess of Cups into this loving, giving energy to reminding them of what they wasted giving out all that energy, right? So there's definitely this twisting that's going on with the energies here, right? That I'm picking up on. What does the 5D have to say? To get to the 10 of Cups, you must first go through the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups always shows somebody alone, because it's an energy you find within yourself, right? I see that there's definitely some toxic cords and connections here that are keeping you from your 9 of Cups, right? Allowing other people's opinions, perceptions, allowing people who bring in negative toxic behaviors to manipulate you, things of that nature are holding you back from these connections. There's a lot about becoming out into the sun, right? There's a lot about coming out into the sun, but there is this whole message of people are not taking a leap of faith or a leap of any kind in any direction because they are trying to avoid conflict, right? Trying to avoid conflict. You're trying to avoid conflict, but you're already in instability, so that doesn't really make any sense to me, but all right. Let's see. Let's get some more clarifiers on this story here. What's going on here? There we go. All right. What can you tell us? All right. Wait. If. Here we go. What would really happen if they take a leap? What would actually happen if these energies, if that energy took a leap, if that Knight of Wands actually did take a leap and come out of this numbing? Of course. Let's see. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? What do we got here? Ooh, Page of Swords. There you go. Alright, so we got a Page of Swords here. Someone who can be a little immature with their words, right? Or when it comes to delivering messages, not sure of words. They were all upside down, so I got to turn them all over. Whew, all right. All right, we have the Three of Pentacles here, right? So this is coming in a collaboration, a teamwork, building enterprise going on here, right? A lot of that mutual energy. We definitely have a very strong divine feminine here. We have the High Priestess and the Empress. Someone who is definitely very intuitive, very powerful, very nurturing. Right? We got the Sun card, right? Coming out into the sun with some things here, bringing it out into the sun. That's what we were asking, right? What would happen if anybody took a leap here, right? So, and I'm a little tripped out because this is the Ace of Pentacles, but I came off as the Ace of Cups for a second there, the way it's set up. I'm going to show you here, right? That Tin Man hand holding it up, right? So Ace of Pentacles, definitely if these energies were to step out into the sun, what? You're going to have to learn to reconcile with your past, right? It's going to be a little nostalgic, right? You get a lot of innocence, a lot of childlike innocence, right? It's going to take some work. And I feel like there's already been work putting in, and this is kind of something that will be coming into fruition. And at the end here, we've got the King of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is a woman. There you go. So you got the King of Pentacles is someone who's pretty controlling. The Page of Pentacles, which is someone who manifests through routine. Right? Does that make sense at all? So the King of Pentacles is very good at controlling like the home and the environment and things like that. They're very routine kind of oriented anyway to begin with. They like things to be a certain way. The Page of Pentacles is the yeah, it's more of a manifestation mode, right? But I always get it's manifestation through physical routine. Manifestation through physical routine. It's got a lot of childlike energy here. Let's get some more. We get the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, where energy goes, flowing in, attracting in energy, drawing energy to you here. We got the Nine of Wands. It's an interesting Nine of Wands here. It's him on his own looking out, right? The Nine of Wands usually comes with that kind of defensive energy, right? Protection, resilience, persistence, right? You get the Eight of Swords, self-imprisonment. There's a lot of self-imprisonment here. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Once again, the Knight is a female in this one. That's a trip. Knight of Cups. Yep. Knight of Cups is the... Alright, so the King of Cups is loving and nurturing in a stern way. The Knight of Cups is kind of... I won't say Captain Save-A-Ho. But he kind of is. He's the romantic one, right? The Knight of Cups does a lot of romance, right? Two of Swords. There's a decision that needs to be made. Knight of Wands here comes with that. The Knight of Wands I call the big D energy guy, right? A lot of confidence. A lot of moving in that high, intense energy, right? And we've got the Ten of Wands here. Definitely got a feminine as well, right? I like how he keeps going back and forth. So definitely got this feminine energy that's really overburdened, all right? All right, so what will happen if these two did this together? The Wheel of Fortune. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Five of Cups, can't keep dwelling on the past. The Hermit. I don't know, y'all. Seven of Swords. There's been a lot of lies and deceits that need to come out. A lot of truths that need to be told. A lot of judgment. Not making this up. Need to come out. I feel like there's a lot of focusing on these spilt cups that needs to be honest conversations that need to be had, right? You got the Hermit energy here. People who have been recluse for a long time. And you definitely got judgments that need to be made. Ten of Cups potential. Can't even make this up. Oh, here we go. King of Swords. Can you see it? Can you see it? We have the Ten of Cups followed immediately by the Ten of Swords here, right? What? Your choice. Your choice. Your choice, you drama queen. What? I call that Ten of Swords. I call it the drama queen card, right? Wallow in your drama, or you can embrace the Ten of Cups. It's up to you. Four of Swords again. Four of Swords again. I like it with that hourglass there. How much time? How much time? How long is too long? How long is too long? How long do you expect these people to wait to see if this is going to be worth it? Ooh, that's one way to say it. All right. Oh, there we go. You know what? That's a question too. Fine. All right. So, you get an energy of waiting and wanting to leap and not being sure of leaping. So, who should leap? Got the Devil and the Queen of Cups. The Devil and the Queen of Cups as the one who should leap. Feeling froggy jump. And then we got the Ten of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay. Alright, so we've definitely got a Queen of Cups stuck with some toxic connections here. We got a King of Swords wallowing in his Ten of Swords drama queen. Which one? What should they do? Knight of Wands. The masculine needs to make a decision. Knight of Wands, Two of Swords needs to make a decision. Needs to make a decision. Come here. Needs to make a decision. Needs to put in the physical work, or what you've already been putting work towards, right? Let go of the past with this Five of Cups here. Let go of the bad parts of the past and hold on to the good parts of the past, right? You know, and that's a positive message too. So, okay, so things didn't work out the way they were. You didn't fall in love with total assholes, right? There was some good things in there. And it brought out some good aspects in you before things went shitty, right? You got to try to remember when you were in the most positive parts of your energy, right? You got a High Priestess, right? Her magic wands and her cards manifesting here. There's definitely a King of Wands in this energy here. And that's definitely toxic masculine energy that's wanting to control. That's wanting toxic control and wanting just toxic things and not wanting any of the other good things out of it, right? We got trying to find some balance needs to be found here. The world is definitely opening back up. I got the Two of Pentacles reversed here, which means that there is definitely some uneven juggling, like imbalance, right? There's definitely a big imbalance here in this Two of Cups connection. And isn't that exactly what we started out with? There's an unstable soul connection. Unstable soul connection. It's not even. It's not even. What? Giant don't want nobody in his garden. Nah. It's always winter. It's never spring anymore. Right? There's never any spring. And it's like, what the hell is the point of having a garden if you can't grow anything in it if it's always going to be winter? Alright. We got ceremony, invocation. I like this. This ties into that whole message of manifesting through routine, right? Manifesting through routine, which was a message earlier in the reading there, right? Someone should be manifesting through routine, especially a divine feminine with this energy, with this card, right? And this could be any type of ceremony, right? This could be getting back into a full moon rituals. This could be lighting a candle and saying positive affirmations in a mirror and blowing out the candle before you go to work every day. This is invoking, taking physical action, creating a crystal grid, doing something spiritual in a routine manner to invocate your own power through ceremony, right? You get the meadow of vulnerability, right? Allowing yourself to be vulnerable again, right? You can't allow... New energy can't come in if you're blocking out, trying to block out energy at the same time, right? And this is about allowing yourself to be vulnerable again. This is about allowing yourself to... Yeah. I'm getting the strong message of allow yourself to want that shit you never got. Stop being bitter about and mad about not getting it, right? Downcasted pride, right? Stop being... Yeah. Don't be so defensive you can't be giving anymore, right? And then you get this childlike innocence card, right? It's always back to that, who were you before the world freaking jaded you, right? What did you want to be before the world ruined you, right? Just a lot of this. And even then with this, it's a childlike wonder to be able to do incantations and set up crystal grids and things of that nature. You have to really tap into that childlike creative energy. Right? You're the most creative you've ever been in your life while your brain is going as a child, right? That's the energy that you need to tap into with these ceremonies, something fun. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable, right? Don't be afraid to be out there. Don't be afraid to be that person out there collecting acorns or whatever it is you're doing and talking to a tree before you take a stick off it and stuff like that, right? Don't be afraid to be like that. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and be out there, right? Harvest here. There's a lot of reaping what you sow. So if you've been planting positive seeds of intention, that has no choice but to come into fruition with you. You got this justice scales with the Libra coming in. There is balance and fairness, and that's got a lot of Venusian energy of love and abundance that is open and able to come through. I feel like it's very much an undercurrent right now because you got the Pluto there. Oh no, it's not Pluto. There's Uranus. Oh my god, this is just bothering the shit out of me. Sorry. Which goes along, Uranus goes along also with Aquarius and the star and hope and renewal, right? A lot of hope and renewal through all these energies. And you got the 11, which is the manifesting number here. Get you one oracle card from my girl Sarah's deck. And then I'm going to bed. You've been dwelling on this enough tonight. Whew. The messenger. Oh, give us one more. The messenger with crows. I'm dealing with crows a lot lately. I'm seeing a lot of crows lately. What else we got? Magic and wonder. The dragonfly. Transformation, right? And you got the child once again. Opening up and allowing yourself to be more childlike, right? Take it to a more innocent place. You know, we talk about those reversed Knight of Wands and the reverse King of Wands and the reverse Queen of Wands as being that toxic sexual energy and things like that. Well, when you remove all of that out of the equation, you come back down to this base childlike innocence, right? When little kids are playing house, that is not on their mind at all. What are they doing? They're playing with baby dolls. They're pretending to cook on the stove. I remember distinctly that for my son's 4th or 5th birthday, he really, really wanted a Susie homemaker kit. Now, this was the most... There's no way they're still selling these things now. He's 14 now. But 10 years ago, you could buy these things. They were called Susie homemaker kits, right? And it was a broom, a dustpan, and a mop, and a duster in a whole package, kid size, so that your kids could clean with you during the day. Little things like that, man. That's what they want. That's what they like. That's what they idolize. It's just a more innocent energy. I think that's a lot of it, too. I think everybody just needs to learn how to move into and tap back into a more innocent energy. All right. I love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and letting me do my rants. And yeah, I hope the collective can take something away from this message as well. I love y'all, and I'm going to be back as soon as I can, I promise.